My brothers and sisters, so many of us fall into the habit of sharing our problems with everyone around us, hoping that by speaking we will find relief. Yet the reality is, not everyone cares, not everyone understands, and not everyone wishes well for you. Some may listen out of curiosity, others may carry your words as gossip, and a few may even use your struggles against you. This is why it is so important to be mindful of where you turn when your heart feels heavy and your burdens become too much to bear. Not everyone cares about your problems. Some people will listen to you only out of curiosity, not because they genuinely want to help. They might nod and show sympathy on the surface, but deep down they may feel unaffected or even relieved that it's not their burden. Others might use the details of your struggles as gossip, repeating your words to others without your consent. There are also people who will take advantage of your vulnerability, twisting your weakness into a weapon to hurt you later. You may think you are unburdening yourself, but in reality, you are giving them unnecessary power over your emotions. The truth is, not every ear that listens has a heart that cares. People are often busy with their own lives, their own challenges, and sometimes your pain becomes nothing more than a passing story to them. Some people may use your struggles against you. When you share your deepest worries or challenges, you open a part of yourself that is vulnerable. Not everyone respects that vulnerability. There are those who will wait for the right moment to remind you of your weakness, making you feel small or incapable. Some may even twist your words, presenting your struggles in a way that damages your reputation or dignity. In arguments, they might throw your private pain back at you, using it as a tool to win or to hurt you further. Others may quietly enjoy your downfall, pretending to support you, but secretly feeding on the details of your hardship. What you thought was a moment of trust can easily become ammunition in the wrong hands, and instead of receiving comfort, you end up feeling betrayed, exposed, and broken. Protect your dignity by keeping personal matters private. Every individual has a sense of honor that is tied to how much they reveal about themselves. When you openly discuss every detail of your personal life, you hand pieces of your dignity to people who may not value it. The more you expose, the easier it becomes for others to form judgments, spread rumors, or interfere in matters that were never theirs to begin with. Privacy acts like a shield. It preserves your respect and safeguards you from unnecessary criticism. Even those who appear kind might not always protect your words once they leave your lips. By keeping sensitive issues within your circle of trust, you maintain control over your narrative and prevent your life from becoming a public discussion. Some things are meant to stay between you, your Creator, and perhaps a select few who truly wish well for you. Allah is the best one to turn to with your problems. He already knows the pain you are carrying, the worries that keep you awake at night, and the silent tears that no one else sees. Unlike people, He does not grow tired of hearing from you, nor does He lose patience with your repeated cries for help. He listens with mercy, responds with wisdom, and comforts the heart in ways that words cannot describe. When you share your burdens with Him, there is no fear of betrayal, no risk of judgment, and no danger of your secrets being exposed. He alone has the power to change situations, to open doors that seemed locked, and to bring peace in the midst of chaos. Turning to Him in prayer, in dua, and in sincere conversation is not only healing for the heart, but also a reminder that the one who created you is more capable of solving your problems than anyone else ever could. People can only listen, but Allah can change your situation. When you pour out your heart to others, the most they can offer is a kind word, a listening ear, or temporary comfort. They may sympathize with you, but their ability ends there. They cannot shift your destiny, remove your hardship, or write ease into your future. Human beings are limited in power, bound by their own weaknesses and struggles, and often unable to truly grasp the depth of what you are going through. Allah, on the other hand, does not just hear your words. He understands every unspoken feeling behind them. He holds the keys to solutions you cannot even imagine. He can replace sadness with joy, fear with courage, and loss with blessings greater than what was taken from you. While people might make promises they cannot fulfill, Allah never fails in His promise, and His response always comes at the perfect time. Sharing too much weakens your inner peace. Every time you reveal your personal struggles, you give away a piece of your emotional strength. Instead of lightening the burden, overexposure often adds new layers of stress because you start worrying about how people will perceive you, what they will do with your words, and whether your trust will be respected. The more details you let out, the more open you become to judgment, criticism, and even unwanted advice that does not truly help. This constant cycle can drain your energy and leave you feeling unsettled, as though parts of your private world no longer belong to you. True peace often comes from protecting your heart, keeping certain matters between yourself and your Creator, and allowing your soul the quiet space it needs to heal without interference or unnecessary noise from others. Sincere advice should be sought only from trusted people. Not everyone who offers an opinion has your best interests at heart, and not every listener is capable of guiding you with wisdom. Trusted people are those who value your dignity, keep your confidence safe, and genuinely wish to see you succeed. They are careful with their words, thoughtful in their guidance, and honest enough to tell you what you need to hear, even if it is not what you want to hear. Seeking advice from the wrong person can leave you confused, misled, or even harmed, because careless words have the power to deepen wounds instead of healing them. When you turn to someone trustworthy, you know that your struggles will not be repeated elsewhere, nor will they be turned into gossip or entertainment. A trusted advisor listens with empathy, speaks with sincerity, and points you towards solutions that benefit both your worldly life and your hereafter. Sujood prostration is the best place to cry your heart out. In that moment, when your forehead touches the ground, you are in the closest position a servant can be to their Lord. It is a position of humility where all pride and ego fall away, leaving only sincerity between you and the one who created you. Tears shed in sujood are not wasted. They are lifted directly to the heavens, carrying with them your pain, your hopes, and your silent prayers. Unlike speaking to people, you do not need to explain yourself in detail, for Allah already knows every hidden thought and every struggle within you. In sujood, the weight of the world feels lighter because you are surrendering it to the one who is greater than all difficulties. It is there, in that quiet submission, that hearts find relief and the soul finds strength to continue despite the trials it faces. Complaining to people won't solve your problems. At times, sharing your pain with others might give you a moment of relief, but that relief is temporary and often leaves you emptier than before. People can only offer limited support, and many may not truly understand what you are going through. Instead of easing your burden, constant complaints can make you feel weaker, more dependent, and even frustrated when others fail to provide the comfort you were hoping for. The more you complain, the more you allow your struggles to control your emotions, giving them power over your peace of mind. In the end, true solutions never come from pouring your heart endlessly into the ears of people. They come from turning to the one who has control over every situation. Complaining to people will not fix what is broken, but placing your trust in Allah, making sincere dua, and seeking His help can bring the relief and guidance that no human being is capable of giving. Complaining to Allah is an act of worship. When you turn to Him with your pain, your worries, and your struggles, you are not displaying weakness, but rather humility and submission before the one who has the power to change your condition. The prophets themselves, who were the strongest of people in faith, used to complain to Allah in their moments of difficulty. Their words were not complaints of despair, but expressions of trust, showing that they relied fully on Him while acknowledging their human emotions. To cry before Allah, to admit your helplessness, and to pour out your heart in dua is to recognize that He is your refuge, your protector, and your source of strength. Every sigh, every tear, and every whispered prayer becomes a form of worship, because it reflects your faith that no one can truly understand or respond to you the way your Lord can. Not everyone who smiles at you is sincere. A smile can sometimes hide jealousy, resentment, or ill intentions. People may present a kind face while holding negative thoughts within their hearts. They may act supportive on the surface, but behind your back, they speak differently or use your trust against you. It is easy to be deceived by outward appearances because not all friendliness comes from genuine care. Some individuals smile only to gain your confidence, to learn more about your life, or to appear compassionate when in reality they are indifferent. The human heart can conceal feelings that words and expressions fail to reveal, and this is why outward gestures cannot always be taken as proof of sincerity. True intentions are not always shown in the face, but in consistent actions, loyalty, and honesty over time. Privacy brings peace of mind. When you keep certain aspects of your life away from the eyes and ears of others, you protect yourself from unnecessary interference, judgment, and misunderstanding. Not every detail of your personal struggles, plans, or blessings needs to be shared with the world, because the more people know, the more room there is for unwanted opinions and gossip. Holding parts of your life in silence creates a safe space where your thoughts and emotions can breathe without outside pressure. It allows you to process your feelings calmly and make decisions without the noise of too many voices. Privacy shields your heart from being unsettled by people's reactions and preserves your dignity by limiting exposure. The less you share, the fewer chances there are for others to misuse your words, and the more control you maintain over your own peace. Trials are a test from Allah, not a punishment. Every difficulty that comes your way carries a purpose, even if you cannot immediately see it. Hardships are meant to strengthen your patience, deepen your faith, and bring you closer to the one who created you. They remind you of your dependence on him and strip away the illusion that you are in control of everything in your life. When you face pain, loss, or disappointment, it does not necessarily mean that Allah is angry with you. Rather, it may be his way of cleansing your heart, elevating your status, or preparing you for something greater. The prophets themselves endured immense trials, yet they were the most beloved to Allah, showing us that tests are signs of his wisdom, not his rejection. Through these challenges, you are given the chance to prove your trust in him, and to discover the strength that lies within patience and faith. Your tears before Allah are more valuable than sympathy from people. When you cry in front of him, those tears are seen, heard, and treasured in a way no human being can ever match. They rise as a form of worship, showing your humility, sincerity, and reliance on the one who has full control over your life. People may wipe your tears and offer words of comfort, but their understanding is limited, and their compassion can only reach so far. Allah, however, knows the story behind every tear that falls, the pain hidden deep within your chest, and the prayers that your tongue cannot even express. Each drop that falls in sujood or during heartfelt dua is recorded as an act of faith, a sign that your heart chooses to seek comfort in him above all else. While human sympathy fades with time, the tears you shed before your Lord are stored with him, bringing you closer to his mercy and easing the burdens that no one else can carry for you. Don't make your life an open book for the world. The more you expose about your personal matters, the more vulnerable you become to unnecessary criticism, gossip, and even envy. Not everyone who hears your story will understand it with compassion, and not everyone will want the best for you. When every detail of your struggles, plans, or blessings is displayed for others to see, you risk losing control over how your life is perceived and discussed. What may be sacred or meaningful to you can easily become a source of casual talk for others who do not value its importance. Keeping certain aspects of your life private allows you to protect your dignity and maintain balance, because once your inner world becomes public, it is no longer yours alone. A life that is constantly on display leaves little space for peace, reflection, and the quiet strength that comes from living with discretion. When you speak to Allah, there is no betrayal. Every word you utter in your dua, every secret you reveal in your sujood, and every whisper that comes from the depths of your heart is safe with him. Unlike people who may forget your trust, misuse your words, or expose your vulnerabilities, Allah guards everything you share with him. He does not turn your honesty against you, nor does he spread your secrets to others. His mercy covers your faults, his compassion embraces your pain, and his wisdom responds to your needs in the most perfect way. You never have to fear that what you say in desperation will be thrown back at you or used to harm you later. In his presence, your words are honored, your tears are valued, and your sincerity is rewarded. Speaking to him is a sanctuary where your heart can find complete safety without the fear of betrayal or disappointment. When you speak to Allah, there is no betrayal. You can open your heart fully, share your deepest fears, admit your mistakes, and reveal secrets you could never trust anyone else with, and he will never expose you. His mercy covers what you confide, his forgiveness embraces what you admit, and his compassion heals what you cry about. Unlike people who may listen today and repeat your words tomorrow, Allah keeps what you tell him safe and hidden. He does not remind you of your weakness to belittle you, nor does he use your vulnerability against you. Every dua you make, whether whispered softly or only thought in your heart, is heard and preserved by him. The honesty you show in front of your Creator becomes a source of strength rather than regret, because with him, your secrets are never at risk of betrayal. Guard your secrets, they are part of your honor. The private matters of your life, the thoughts you keep hidden, and the struggles you choose not to share form a shield that protects your dignity. When you expose every detail about yourself to others, you hand them the keys to parts of your life that should remain safeguarded. Not everyone values confidentiality, and once your secrets are out, you can never take them back. They can be twisted, misunderstood, or even used against you in ways you never expected. Your honor is closely tied to the ability to preserve what should remain unseen, because self-respect grows from discretion. Protecting your secrets also strengthens your sense of independence, as it prevents others from having unnecessary influence over your emotions or choices. The less people know about your vulnerabilities, the more control you maintain over your life and the respect you carry in the eyes of others. Allah already knows your pain but loves to hear your dua. Every worry that weighs on your heart, every silent thought that troubles your mind, and every tear that escapes your eyes is known to him before you even try to express it. Yet he invites you to call upon him, to raise your hands and speak to him directly, because in that act lies your humility, your dependence, and your recognition of his power. Dua is not for informing him of what he already knows, but for building your connection with him, for showing that you turn to no one else in your moments of weakness. It is a way of acknowledging that only he can bring relief, only he can change your condition, and only he can give you strength when the world feels heavy. Your words, your whispers, and even the cries you cannot put into sentences are beloved to him, because they reflect the sincerity of a heart that seeks its Creator above all. Be selective with whom you trust. Not everyone who appears kind has a sincere heart, and not everyone who listens to you intends to protect what you share. Trust is a valuable gift, and once it is placed in the wrong hands, it can be broken in ways that leave lasting scars. Some people may act supportive while quietly judging you, and others may pretend to care only to use your words at a later time. Choosing carefully whom you confide in safeguards your dignity and prevents your vulnerabilities from becoming tools for gossip or harm. A trustworthy person is proven not by their smile or soft words, but by their consistency, loyalty, and respect for your privacy even when you are absent. When you limit your trust to those who have shown themselves to be sincere and reliable, you protect your peace and ensure that your heart is not carelessly exposed to those who cannot handle it with honor. People may forget, but Allah never forgets. Human beings have limited memory and limited attention, so what feels heavy on your heart might become just another passing detail in their minds. They may promise to pray for you and then forget, or they may assure you of their support but move on with their own lives. Even the kindest of people cannot always remember everything you go through, because they too are occupied with their own struggles. Allah, however, does not overlook a single sigh, a single tear, or a single prayer whispered in the depth of the night. He records every moment of your patience, every sacrifice you make, and every hardship you endure, no matter how small it seems. Nothing escapes His knowledge, and nothing is ever erased from His perfect record. While people may neglect your pain, Allah preserves it, and He carries the wisdom of when and how to grant you relief. Every problem is an opportunity to grow closer to Allah. Hardships often strip away illusions of control and remind you that ultimate power rests only with Him. When you face difficulties, you are pushed to turn inward, to reflect, and to seek strength beyond yourself. Problems become doors that open the way to prayer, to sincere dua, and to moments of humility that might not have come during times of ease. They force you to pause and remember that comfort, solutions, and guidance are gifts from Allah alone. Each challenge, no matter how painful, carries the chance to raise your level of patience, deepen your trust, and polish your heart from arrogance or heedlessness. Without problems, life would remain flat, and your relationship with Allah might never be tested or strengthened. It is in the weight of trials that you discover the sweetness of faith and the nearness of the One who never abandons you. Inner strength comes from reliance on Allah Tawakkul. When you place your trust in Him, you free yourself from the constant fear of outcomes because you recognize that everything unfolds according to His wisdom. Reliance on Allah does not mean abandoning effort. It means doing your best while knowing that the results are in His hands. This mindset brings calmness to the heart, because you no longer carry the burden of trying to control what is beyond your reach. Tawakkul transforms uncertainty into peace, as you learn to accept that what reaches you was always meant for you, and what passes you by was never destined to be yours. It builds resilience, because you understand that even setbacks are part of a larger plan designed to strengthen and guide you. True inner strength is not about never feeling weak. It is about knowing where to turn when weakness strikes, and finding stability through complete trust in Allah. Seek solutions in prayer and patience, not endless complaints. Complaining may ease the heart for a moment, but it rarely brings about real change. It drains your energy and often leaves you feeling more burdened than before, especially when your words fall on ears that cannot truly help. Prayer, on the other hand, connects you directly to the One who holds the answers to every problem, while patience gives you the strength to endure until relief arrives. Together, they become a powerful shield against despair, guiding you to act wisely instead of reacting emotionally. Through prayer, you express your dependence on Allah, and through patience, you show your trust in His timing. Complaints may circle around the same pain again and again, but prayer and patience move you forward, opening the door to clarity, peace, and eventual solutions that no amount of frustration could ever achieve. Share your burdens with those who genuinely love you. Not everyone who listens has a sincere heart, but the ones who truly care will treat your struggles with compassion and respect. They will not see your difficulties as weaknesses to exploit, but as opportunities to support and uplift you. Such people hold your words in trust, offering comfort without judgment and advice without selfish motives. They remind you of your worth when you feel broken, and they encourage you to stay strong when your hope begins to fade. Genuine love shows itself in loyalty, in the ability to listen without betraying, and in the willingness to stand by you even when your situation is heavy. When you choose to confide in these people, you are not just sharing your problems. You are surrounding yourself with hearts that make the weight easier to carry, and with voices that guide you back towards strength and peace. Allah listens when the world doesn't. You may find yourself surrounded by people yet still feel unheard, because their attention is divided, their patience limited, and their understanding incomplete. Sometimes, even those closest to you cannot grasp the depth of what you are experiencing, leaving you with the sense that your voice is fading into silence. But Allah's listening is unlike any other. He hears every whisper, every cry made in the stillness of the night, and every unspoken thought buried deep within your heart. His listening is not distracted, nor is it conditional. You do not need to explain yourself repeatedly, nor fear that he will lose interest in your pain. The world may dismiss your words, grow tired of your struggles, or turn away altogether, but Allah never does. His attention is constant, His care unwavering, and His mercy always near for the one who calls upon Him.